this is session 3 of Why Jesus Came, series 3. And yesterday we mentioned in Mark's Gospel the story of Jesus teaching in the synagogue in Capernaum, and he drove an evil spirit out of a man, and that amazed the people that he had such authority over the powers of evil. We mentioned too yesterday that these people were biblically literate and very careful about keeping God's law. However, they kept themselves apart from others. They wouldn't have anything to do with people that they saw as ungodly. Now, God had called his people to live holy lives, but the purpose of living those lives was to show the rest of the world who God was. And Jesus was to show them that they were to deliberately go among the ungodly and show them godly lives. So they weren't to withdraw, they were to confront. Jesus himself had left the purity and the glory of heaven and come to earth to live with very ordinary, ungodly people. And so the story of him setting this man free from the evil spirit was to show God's power over evil. He showed people there were two kingdoms, the kingdom where God rules and the kingdom where evil rules. People either belong to one or the other. There's no fence sitting. In Colossians 1:13, Paul writes this, "For he has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us to the kingdom of the Son he loves, out of one and into the other." Now, at one stage, people accused Jesus of driving out evil spirits by the power of Satan, that Jesus, in fact, was evil himself. Well, he soon pointed out how ridiculous that statement was, because there were Jewish leaders who dealt with evil spirits. And Jesus said, well, if I'm doing it by evil, whose power are they using? And then the second thing he said, that if he were driving out evil spirits by the power of Satan, then Satan's kingdom was divided against itself. There was infighting. And where there's infighting, nothing will survive. Matthew 12:29, Jesus is recorded as saying, "How can anyone enter a strong man's house and carry off his possessions unless he first ties up the strong man?" So it's a picture of him saying that to release anyone from the powers of evil, he must have power over the king of all evil, Satan himself. And of course, Satan's possessions are the people that he's held bound. And Jesus has come to set them free from his grasp. Jesus has come to plunder Satan's possessions. In Jesus' mind, there are two kingdoms, two loyalties. There's no third kingdom. And Jesus came to show the people it's not just enough to live holy lives, but that their mission was to release the people living ungodly lives from the kingdom of darkness and lead them into the kingdom of light. And that's still our mission as followers of Jesus. It isn't good enough to hunker down in our churches and stay separate from all that goes on around us. We're called to be a light to the world. We are to bring people out of darkness and into the kingdom of light. Let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And they won't see it if it's locked up inside a church building.